Who would want a trash-strewn, overgrazed, run-down farmstead with a picked-over forest and a lot of invasive plants? Well, the Little Traverse Conservancy recognized real potential in this 640-acre parcel with frontage on Pigeon River and bought it in 2016.
This is a wonderful spot. You come onto this property, you just feel you're in wildlife territory.
That's Derek Shields. He's directing efforts to improve habitat and restore the forests of the Jack and Tucker Harris Working Forest Reserve.
So when I first came out, we saw both opportunity as far as habitat and reserve quality. We saw degradation, apple trees severely browsed, paths going through waterways and wetlands, forests that had been harvested, but had been harvested through high grading. So the best trees were cut out, and so the forest was not healthy. So there's a lot of things that were bad about the property, but so much potential. There are pockets of wetlands, there's fields. Within the forest there's some diversity. You have species that are more mesic species and species more dry species. You have aspen. And so when we first came out to this property, we said, wow, there's a lot of potential to do more active management here.
Working with a number of experts, Derek and the Conservancy developed an aggressive plan to improve wildlife habitat and rebuild a healthy working forest, knowing that climate change would present some challenges.
We went through a management planning process, thinking about what are future stressors. Here in Sheboygan County, future stressors can include reduced soil moisture and more intense summer heat events. And so thinking about the aspen on this property, we want to create young forest, young successional habitat. What's that mean in the future with climate change, and aspen being a climate loser, a species that will decline with these heat stress events. So thinking about, well, we can do this habitat management while also improving the forest health. It kind of seems counterintuitive, but cutting down aspen actually regenerates the aspen clones and produces more vigorous, healthy sprouts that could weather future heat stress events.
This year, the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the American Bird Conservancy agreed to help with clear-cutting older aspens to create and improve golden-winged warbler habitat. Composed of young forests with openings, this habitat appeals to many kinds of birds and animals.
The prescription for a golden-winged warbler is clear cut with reserves. So again, it's very active management. This actually helps improve the forest health while also hitting one of our goals of wildlife habitat.
Another partner this year is the American Ruffed Grouse Society, helping to fund plantings that provide food for wildlife in the large shrubland areas of the property.
Shrubs and trees, shrubs being things like American plum, serviceberry, elderberry, hazelnut, and white oak. These all produce mast, soft or hard, these fruits and nuts that wildlife need and desire.
But to give the newly planted trees and shrubs a chance, special protection is needed, such as tree tubes to prevent destruction by deer and elk.
But it's also the grass that's growing very heavily out here will outcompete the new shrubs, and not only for space but moisture. They'll suck up all the moisture, and then you have a drought in August, they'll die. But we put mats out to kind of kill the grass around the tree, the new plantings, and give them a leg up. If we succeed here, we'll have a mosaic of habitats that are diverse, not only as the whole property, diverse with a number of different habitats, healthy fields, healthy shrubland, healthy forests. We're working on about 140 acres of early successional forests, but this whole property is 640 acres, so we have old mature forests as well. So if we're successful, maybe we'll have golden-winged warbler habitat and wood turtle going up and down the corridor, and maybe also it's going to be a refuge for some of these climate losing species, these species that are going to be migrating north. If we can keep them healthy, we'll maybe have a refuge of aspen here, and with that, all the species that depend on it.